Welcome to datascience.show, the podcast where data science meets executive leadership. We talk with top AI and analytics thought leaders about turning data into real business impact. If you're a C-level leader or data expert shaping the future, you're in the right place.
2 weeks ago, a payments team automated what looked like a perfect fraud rule and missed a $1.2 million corporate transfer. The model was accurate on paper, but it failed where it mattered most. What stopped a second loss? A tiny human review loop that flagged the anomaly before money left the account.
I'm Mirko Peters. We explore how data science and AI drive real business impact, straight from the leaders making it happen. Today, I want to give you a playbook so that story doesn't become yours.
Here's the thesis, plain and simple. Human in the loop is not a temporary patch. Built intentionally, it's a strategic capability. It reduces risk, accelerates learning, and creates measurably better decisions. Let's get practical.
Who runs this? Think of the HITL leader, the person who owns routing logic, feedback loops, and the business metrics that justify human effort. Usually they come from ML ops, product ops, or domain teams, fraud managers, credit officers, quality leads who learn to automate.
What do they actually do? They decide when to automate, when to escalate, and how every human decision feeds models so the system improves over time. That's where the value lives.
So, let's get tactical. What patterns scale? I use 3: triage, review, and arbitration. Triage routes low-risk routine cases to automation. Review sends ambiguous or high-impact cases to humans. Arbitration resolves conflicts between machines and people.
Routing logic is the backbone. Confidence thresholds are a start. High confidence, automate. Low confidence, escalate. Middle range, quick review. But confidence alone misleads. Multiply model uncertainty by business cost to get expected loss and route by that number instead.
Concrete example: a high-confidence fraud flag on a $20 transaction. Automate. A medium confidence flag on a $200,000 treasury transfer. Send to review. Design thresholds against dollars and reputational risk, not just accuracy percentages.
Let me give you a micro case. A payments team added a tiny review queue for transfers above $50,000 with medium confidence. Over 3 months, they caught one anomalous transfer that would have cost $1.2 million, and the review queue cost them under $10K to operate. That's a clear ROI.
Another quick one from insurance. A claims team used HITL triage to surface edge cases to agents for 48 hours post-submission. Time to payout dropped by 24 hours for complex claims, and incorrect denials fell 15%, which improved retention and reduced appeals costs.
Now, the learning loop. Every human intervention must be instrumented with structured labels: override reason, final decision, and outcome. If an expert changes a decision, capture why in a taxonomy so engineers can trace failure modes, missing features, drift, label noise, or ambiguous policy.
Instrumenting is not a checkbox, it's the whole point. Without it, human effort disappears into a black hole. With it, overrides become training data, and you close the loop on model improvement.
Tooling matters. Embed the HITL loop in your CI/CD, versioned datasets, feature stores, retraining pipelines, and feature lineage. When a reviewer flags a category, engineers must be able to trace which upstream signal broke. Make reviewer labels part of your retraining dataset.
Staffing. Don't mix high volume and high skill in the same queue. Use a 2-tier model: fast triage reviewers for volume and rotate SMEs for escalations and arbitration. This preserves expert time and keeps throughput predictable.
Calibration is non-negotiable. Run blind re-reviews, measure inter-rater agreement, and retrain reviewers when agreement drops. If humans drift, models learn noise. Invest in reviewer QA the same way you invest in data quality.
Governance. If decisions affect people or compliance, you need an audit trail. Store model version, input features, reviewer identity and rationale, timestamps, and the final outcome. No exceptions.
That traceability protects you in audits and lets you learn faster.
A short word of caution. A governance failure I've seen. A company automated credit denials, logged no reviewer rationale, and months later faced both regulatory questions and unexpected default spikes. They had to pause automation and rebuild labeled history. Don't let that be you.
Operational traps to avoid. Over-reliance on humans that creates bottlenecks. Routing rules that flood reviewers. Overrides that aren't labeled. Fixes. Sampling strategies, tight thresholds, structured labels, and A/B tests to optimize automation versus review. Experimentation is your friend. A/B different thresholds, measure downstream impact, and iterate. Don't optimize for internal metrics alone. Optimize for dollars saved, revenue preserved, or customer retention improved.
On regulatory and ethical risk, expect more scrutiny. Explainability and human oversight expectations are rising. Invest in audit-ready pipelines and require reviewers to document rationale. That discipline reduces legal and reputational risk and builds trust with stakeholders.
For the next 12 to 24 months, prioritize 3 moves. Deploy a small, high-impact hit loop, instrument every intervention so it becomes training data, and make routing rules transparent and measurable. These steps reduce friction and scale value.
If you need 2 practical bets to place this week, here they are. 1. Launch a narrowly scoped review queue tied to a clear dollar threshold. 2. Require structured override labels and feed them into retraining. Simple, measurable, and repeatable. That's the difference between models and value.
Thanks for listening. If this episode helped you think differently about combining experts in automation, subscribe and share it with peers who make decisions at scale. And let's connect on LinkedIn. I'm Mirko Peters. We'll be back with more conversations on how data science and AI create real business impact. Until next time.
Thanks for listening to datascience.show. If you found value in this episode, subscribe, share it with your network, and join us next time as we explore how data science drives smarter decisions and better business outcomes.